Switching gears now to tracking your ballot. If you've already voted and want to check on where your ballot is, here's how you can. You are looking at ballottracks.net. So if you go to this website, all you need to do is enter your information on the right side of the screen. That includes your name, your birthday, and of course a zip code where your ballot is. It's very easy. It doesn't matter how you actually voted. You can track your ballot online. Once again, the link to that website is on your screen. The Secretary of State's office also says that things may move a little slower as we get closer to the election, but it does want to assure voters that all ballots are being processed. You will get a notification from the office once your ballot is processed. Well, lots of focus is going toward the presidential race. Many people are also keeping their eyes on which congressional candidate will represent Kern County. 23 ABC's Bain Froney is joining us live from a polling location in Southwest Bakersfield. She has more with TJ Cox and David Valadeo and how they're feeling leading up to their race. Bain?
That's right, Jess. Now, both candidates are feeling pretty confident right now, but they are still encouraging the community to get out and vote. Now, Cox and Valadeo are running to be the U.S. representative of this 21st congressional district, which includes Kern County. This isn't the first time Cox and Valadeo ran against each other. 2 years ago, Cox won the race between the two with more than 800 votes. Now, in 2020, the candidates expect another close race.
Things are going really well for us. I think we're in a better spot than we ever were. We're seeing a lot of voters really motivated, really excited about voting.
We're feeling good. You know, it's certainly been very difficult to go out there and campaign. It's entirely different.
November 3rd, polls will be open for voters to cast their ballots until 8 p.m. Now, coming up at 6, we'll have more about these candidates, what they plan to do for the 21st Congressional District. For now in Bakersfield, Bain Froney, 23 ABC, connecting you.
All right, Bain, thanks. Let's take a live look outside at downtown Bakersfield. An absolutely beautiful sunset this evening. Of course, the time change helping that out to give us a gorgeous sunset at this hour. 23 ABC's meteorologist Brandon Michaels joining us now with a look at our forecast. Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Jess. Yeah, definitely nice outside right now. Beautiful sunset. Temperatures are actually very comfortable as well. We're at 76 degrees, which is still warmer than average for this time of year, but it's not bad. Still hazy out there. Visibility at 4 miles and definitely some clouds in the sky. That's helping to give us that really nice sunset here. This evening, those are going to stick around kind of on and off through the night tonight. Going to be quite a bit cooler as we head past sunset here by about 6. We're at 71 degrees, quickly dropping into the 60s from there. So a nice cool night. It's going to be fairly warm again tomorrow. In fact, through about Thursday, we're going to be kind of holding on to this warmer weather. But then big changes, much cooler Friday, Saturday, and into next week. Also looking at some breezier conditions as that cooler air starts to push into Kern County here. And of course, we're going to have a lot more about that cool down coming up later in the show.
Ahead of the election, poll workers and other local officials are preparing for large crowds of voters. Law enforcement is also getting ready, preparing for any impending unrest. Today, we spoke with Sergeant Robert Pear from the Bakersfield Police Department about what officers are doing ahead of the election. Sergeant Pear says he recognizes that the election is a stressful time in the county and that he and the rest of the department are getting ready.
Like many law enforcement agencies across the country, we're cognizant of the issues facing this election. We have increased staffing, which will allow us to respond to any issues that may arise.
Sergeant Pear also says he recognizes the First Amendment rights of all people on Election Day. However, he stressed that he hopes everyone can remain peaceful on election night. We also sat down with the Kern County Sheriff's Office to discuss what it plans to do on election night.
Will not be at polling sites. We don't want to have any type of intimidation or anything like that of law enforcement being around there. That's not going to be our job. We will respond to disturbances that occur, but we're not going to be actively out patrolling polling sites.
Lieutenant Joel Swanson says KCSO is gearing up for protests in the hours following the election. He says there will be increased staffing tomorrow night. Like BPD, KCSO said it recognizes people's rights to protest. Right now, both BPD and KCSO say they are not aware of any pre-planned riots or protests. Now, in a statement from the California Highway Patrol regarding any possible protests or unrest on election night, they said, quote, the protection of the state of California properties, including state buildings and state highways, is the primary responsibility and jurisdiction of the CHP. As a statewide law enforcement agency, the CHP has officers available to respond to any incident or a request for assistance by an allied agency through the mutual aid process anywhere in California. Election Day